What up, what up, what up? What's going down, man? Here we are today on this special Wednesday, on this good Noonish Wednesday. Welcome to our favorite show and your favorite show on Wednesday at noon o'clock every week, man. Favorite sports and tech podcast in the world. Hold on. Let me get that fixed. Took my headset out of my ears. See, that's just the JA type thing to do to get this thing started. It's live and it's real, man. So, yes, welcome again to this special edition of Noonish Sports and Tech, man. I'm your host, JA, a.k.a. Jonathan Anderson, here with my awesome co-hosts. First, starting with El Grande Toro Jonas Bull in the house. What's going down,
Back
Jay?
in the building.
Back in the building, man. We got some things to talk about from last week.
Yeah, we do.
You know, from the World Food Championship.
Yeah.
You got to get it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't mix it up.
Yeah, World Food Championship.
Not challenge.
This ain't the challenge. This ain't the competition.
This is when somebody leave, they're the champion of the world.
Champion
in
of
that
the world.
particular division.
Correct.
Correct. And it's fixed, and they fixing to be champion of the world overall.
Yeah, overall. So before we get into that, let me go ahead and introduce my other awesome co-host, my uncle, Mr. Ronald Bower. What's going down, huh?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just try to stay out the way and be ready for Noonish.
Be ready for Noonish, baby. Staying out the way, man, is what we're doing.
Can we say
all the time?
the man that brings the class to Noonish?
Man, you know, all day, every day. Yeah.
Jonas, it was class when I walked in the door. It was class already here. When I looked over,
It was
I
like
said,
shop class.
I said, well, there's Jonas Bull and J.A.
Yeah,
You know,
here we go.
That's high class.
Here we go.
That's top shelf, Jonas.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's top shelf, man.
stuff right there.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. But hey, let's go on and jump into this thing, man. So speaking of top shelf, you know, and class, we had
and sports.
and sports. You know what I'm saying? The number one food sport in the world, the World Food Championships were here in Dallas, Texas. Man, Jonas, again, was a chef-a-ree going ham out there
I was more
at
than
the
that.
competition.
I did everything.
Yeah?
I did it all.
What all did you do, man? Tell me about it.
I did everything you do as a volunteer. So first of all, we talk about this every year, but just a reminder, because I know we got some new subscribers.
Yeah.
The World Food Championship is this is their 11th year. This year again in Dallas, Texas, and it is the largest food sport event literally in the world.
Yes.
Because we got teams from Japan, we got teams from Australia, we got teams from South Korea. By the way, the South Korean team was A, outstanding chef, and 2, some of the nicest people I've ever met.
A and 2, you know?
Yeah, A and 2. That's number
Yeah.
A and letter 2.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
and Japan and which Puerto Rico is part of the United States, but France, England. I mean, it's a global competition.
Yeah.
It is literally a world food competition.
World food competition.
Now, you may be saying, biscuits, burgers, how is that sports?
Yeah.
Well, have you ever seen a woman sprint about 200 meters in cowboy boots?
For what?
Well, you would have seen it the other day.
Whoa.
And she made a mighty good, I don't know what her exact time was,
Yeah.
but she made a quick run carrying a plate of food.
Wow. Are you serious?
She was moving on.
I mean, food sport, it's a big deal. It's a huge competition. I mean, the growth that I've seen over the past 3 years, just going into the environment, I mean, you can tell they put money into this thing. There was walkways,
thousands
everything
of dollars.
was, it was dressed out, man. It was a very, hey, go to the Noonish page, man. We have a World Food Competition video, just from my experience on Saturday morning. These are some of the
So
photos
it's
I
very
took.
well done. Very well done video.
Yeah. Oh, I
I'm
appreciate
not
it,
sure
man.
who your producer is, but they did a really good job.
Oh, you know, I let them know you said that. I let them know you said that, bro.
Yeah, some guy named J.A., I think. I'm not sure.
Well, and so okay. Granted, you interviewed me.
Yeah.
And I like to think of myself as a very minor celebrity.
Yeah.
But you interviewed.
I think you're major.
You interviewed some people who are big names.
Yeah.
Harry Sue.
Yeah.
Was one of the top barbecue guys in the world.
Slap Your Daddy Barbecue.
Slap Your Daddy Barbecue. He's awesome.
Slap Your Daddy BBQ.
He's also one of the
out
nicest
California,
guys in barbecue.
out of Los Angeles, California.
Mark Henry. Mark.
Yeah.
And look, if you don't know who Mark Henry is,
Yeah, you've been under a rock for a long time.
You don't know much about sports if you don't know Mark Henry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Katie Dixon, who's was like Miss USA or something.
Was about to begin, but
So Chef John Paul that won that Canadian. So another country.
yeah, these you've never seen bacon look so good. These are
Yeah.
meals from the bacon category that are on the screen right now, like straight up.
Let's see.
All of them are from the bacon category, and that is it. And you see lobster tails, you seeing roses and all
I believe
kinds
that's
of.
the one right there.
The one on the bottom left corner.
The one with the red flowers there.
Yeah.
I believe that's right.
Yeah, I think they were.
The rose bacon, that's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
name it that.
Yep. Yeah,
I mean-
that's what it is. Little bacon roses.
Yeah, so I mean,
You're absolutely right.
so there's several
Good call.
different categories. There's barbecue, there's rice and noodle, there's
So
bacon.
there's a vegetarian category, which is like, I mean, we like some steak,
Yeah,
but that vegetarian category comes up with some good stuff.
yeah, I'd love to see that.
Some good stuff.
I wouldn't mind going vegetarian. I just
So
wouldn't know what to
my
cook.
boy Morris, Brian Morales, Chef Brian Morales, who goes by Black Morris
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram, didn't make the finals this year, but he's an outstanding chef, and he does his specialty. Like this is his deal is I want to make healthy food
Yep.
that looks like food you want to eat.
Yeah.
So like last year he made like stuff that you get at a drive-in,
Yeah.
like chips and fries and burgers, but vegetarian.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
No, I
and,
bet- I
and
bet
this,
it was.
This year he elevated that a little bit, but it still is like it looks good. Looks like food I'd want to eat.
Yeah. I tell you
It
what.
just happens to be vegetarian.
Hey,
And
that.
it's amazing what they can do with this stuff. Like I think vegetarian, I'm thinking like, okay, there's gonna be some like green beans,
Tofu.
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
even any bacon in it.
Exactly. Exactly.
And they do some amazing stuff with that. So there's that. There's the rice and noodle category, which you can just imagine how far you can go with that.
Yep.
I mean, how many dishes can you think of that have rice or some kind of noodle?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
And this year, one of the most well received and popular, and some of the coolest people. We had a live fire event.
Yeah.
So a live fire event, for those who don't know, is where you have to cook everything over fire,
Yeah.
literally. So no microwaves, no blenders, no
We're
no
going back
electronics.
to
Yeah,
old
Old
school,
school.
the original man.
yeah.
They had the
It is
pans though.
amazing. Oh yeah, of course they get pans.
Okay.
But it's amazing what they can do over an open flame.
Yeah.
And good food and man, just crazy good stuff.
Yeah, you got to have a pretty good imagination to be a cook or a chef or something, because you're constantly creating
Oh yeah.
new things with few variables. You know what I'm saying?
Year, because our sponsor this year again was Sam's Club, our number one sponsor. Sam's Club provided supplies and set up a special event this year so that people who were kind of at the bottom of the in the danger zone for
Yeah.
elimination had a second chance. They called it Bite Club.
On the bubble.
Yeah, it's not Fight Club, but Bite Club.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's basically it was a people's choice event. They give them some ingredients and say, all right, you two duke it out.
Yeah.
Whoever makes the best meal, you go on to the finals.
And so
And
person.
we did actually have a Bite Club. Somebody scrape by through Bite Club and go back to win the event.
That was in the bacon category.
Yes,
That was
yes,
that
it
guy. He had
Yeah.
the entire experience of the event.
right.
He was the first one.
Did
to,
it all.
Yeah, go through it all. And I didn't realize it. Now as you say that, that's the first. Yeah, I remember them saying that, and that's the guy that you said that won.
1, 2,
French guy.
So we had John McFadden from Australia, who was our overall winner last year, $100,000 winner last year. Won seafood again.
Nice.
We had
Is that the alligator guy?
No, it's not the alligator guy. Although he would probably chop that alligator up and make some seafood out of it. We had the darling of desserts, the sorceress of sweet, Bethany Bodecker, is back again into the dessert category. We had
Some good food out there.
I gotta go, man.
Yeah,
let's see,
man.
Damon Holter, the sandwich guru, the sandwich whisperer.
Yeah.
Is back again in sandwich. And we had Dan Rain, who from Team Purple Rain, who is
That's
just
a
one of the most
name to live up to right there.
You're right, and he does. And he's all over Instagram. Look for him. He's back in the rice and noodle category.
Nice.
Just so many amazing people in there. So many just wonderful personalities, and like you said, the creativity, the food, and some of them tried to make it be a weightlifting competition this year. So I don't know what they had in some of those plates.
Oh, but they're pretty heavy.
It felt like lead.
Hey man, hey. If I go somewhere,
had the
and get
one
some
little lady
food,
coming to clear a tray from the judge's room, and it didn't even move.
I'm telling you, if I go to get food and that bag or whatever it is light, we got a problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I need some weight on that thing.
Yeah.
You know, like straight up. So
Hey, and one more. Let me just throw one more out there.
yeah,
Because this guy is another guy who didn't quite make the finals this year. It's his third year. He's only 18 years old.
oh wow, that's crazy.
And he's basically doing this on his own.
Yeah.
Like his mom and dad kind of help him get there, but they're not like there helping him cook. They're not there telling
That
him
is so
what
cool.
to do. He puts together his own team, puts together his own recipes, and he goes the Gladiator Barbecue on Instagram. Does some amazing stuff. Wonderful human being.
It's cool to see a kid with that type of focus. You know,
that type of focus and that kind of drive.
Yeah.
And we had a couple of years ago. We had Preston Wynn, who was the world champion
wow,
at 19.
that's
So,
nuts.
Next year,
Preston
maybe,
Wynn won, lived up to his name.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's
Well, this year his dad won the biscuit competition. His mom won Firewoman, which is kind of like live fire.
oh, that's the
but-
dynasty that you were talking about.
yes.
Gotcha.
And,
So he
Gotcha.
so he grew up in the Shell family.
No, his mom was a teacher. His dad's a lawyer.
Yeah, but they both are competing now.
And they both are basically, just said, this is fun. Let's do it.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Been cooking around the house.
So-
Young
so
buck
Preston
got it in his
didn't-
blood now.
Didn't quite make he made it to the finals, but didn't quite catch the top
win,
spot this year.
Yeah.
But man, they had so much going on. you
Yeah.
know?
No, and shout out to Walk and Talk Media, Feed Your Appetite podcast.
Yes.
I got to meet Foodie Patootie. He's been on Discovery Network and some different National Geographic, I believe it is, as well. I got to meet Chef Carl Fiadini, I believe his name is. Right?
You're doing as good as I could do.
Yeah, I believe I got that correct though, and
Good as I could
appreciate, the interview that y'all gave me. That was a good time, man. It was just a great time. Y'all got to make sure y'all check out the World Food Championships 2024. And if you're very interested in cooking and want to get closer to the action, man, go and be a cheferie out there, man. They need people, more people.
Always use a few more.
It'd be nice for them to have a break, but they work hard out there. It is an awesome production, man. I believe they just were purchased by a very large entity like IMG or something.
So
like that.
they did a partnership with IMG.
Yeah.
And so IMG is the same people that do UFC, WWE, several sports shows. They're connected with some of Gordon Ramsay's shows.
Yep. So it's only going to get better and better.
Only going to get better.
Man. So
production value's better this year.
yeah, it's a
More
big
consumer
deal.
engagement.
It
It's
is a
just
big
great
deal.
stuff.
Yeah, so check it out, man.
Big things coming next year. So hopefully we'll have more advertising. If they drop us a couple of dimes, we might throw some words out there ahead of time too.
Yeah, hey,
Just
that World
saying.
Food Competition Championship, dang. said it right at first, got it wrong at last. But
Championship.
yeah, man,
Champs.
World Food Championships, man, y'all go check it out next year. Dallas Fair Park, great times. Moving on.
Speaking of champs,
So there were some champs in the AT&T Stadium on Sunday. Not necessarily on the football field, but outside of the football field. Adolis Garcia and Mr. Leclerc went out and, man, stadium went crazy when they came up on the Jumbotron and people realized they were there. They were kind of sitting back chilling at first, and then they got mentioned, and everybody, wanted their autographs, man. Like, this city loves a champion. We love us a winner. And I'm going to wear this hat every episode until we can no longer call ourselves the champions. So hopefully I got to buy a new one next year. You know what I'm saying? And we can do it again. But
Get one that says 2024.
Yes, 2024, man. But the champs were in the building, and they were in the building for one heck of a show.
Wait a minute, Jay. You're going to wear a Rangers hat, but not that particular one, right?
What you mean?
You're not going to wear that same hat for a year.
I mean, yes. I'm going to wear this bad boy every episode.
Hey, I'm going to tell you like this, Jay. One of them wins is I'm going to have it in the cleaners.
If y'all didn't hear, Pat Mahomes wears the same underwear and has worn the same underwear every game since he's been in the NFL.
Something wrong with him.
Hey, I'm just saying.
He's superstitious.
Yeah, he got superstitious.
He got some superstitions on
He's
that.
superstitious. I'm kind of stitious, but he's superstitious. Wearing the same draws, every game.
I'm a little stitious.
5 years now?
So when they wear out, what they going to do?
I don't know. It must be some thick draws.
He's going to have to go get another pair. I'm just saying that when they wear out, and then you go get another pair, and you do the same thing in the other pair, that means the other pair was not lucky.
Hey, man.
That means you good.
Yeah, he's good. He's good, no doubt, but he wears the same drawers every game. It's part of the uniform. I don't know how he's
I'm going to say okay.
At least the thighs. He's got some pretty thick legs. The thighs start, unless he wearing briefs.
I don't know. We're gonna discuss something else besides Patrick Mahomes underwear.
It's funny right there.
That's one of the
maybe
words
get some
I heard. But moving on to CD Lamb.
Yeah, so I ask you now, is CD Lamb looking more like a number one receiver to you?
Oh, yes.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, he's looking like a number one receiver for 4 weeks.
So what is he doing differently that you didn't see before? Or is it just the fact that he's getting the ball?
I see him attacking the ball.
Okay.
Now, see, this is when I say stuff, it's like this, what I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Just like that pass what Dak threw to him on the right sideline. That's my first time seeing CD see where the ball is and even come back to it.
Yeah.
That's my first time. Not saying he hasn't done it.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So he's doing small things. He's attacking the ball when it's in the air.
Do you think it has something to do with Dak looking like he's trusting him more to throw to him even when he's got a man on him?
It's a combination of a couple of things.
And Dak getting the ball out earlier too.
Yeah, and he's when the ball is in the air, rather than CD waiting for the ball to come to him, he's going to get it.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of difference.
Yeah.
So it's a couple of things, and he's looking more like a number one. I just need to see him do that in a situation like Philadelphia and get the W instead of the L.
Well, he did it in Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, he had 10 catches for 191 yards.
But you got the L, so you can take that and throw it on.
What more can he do though?
He could have caught 5 or 6 more. I'm just saying, when you do it in the L, that takes some of the luster off of it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of luster off of it. No doubt about it. No doubt.
That's what I was going to say about Dak. So, I finally realized that like for fantasy football, Dak's actually pretty good in terms of statistics.
Yeah, against.
But he keeps getting the L.
Yeah.
Okay, so Facebook conversation came up talking about Dak in the MVP race and the MVP candidate on the season. I said anybody that's serious about football would not have Dak in that conversation because Dak, his wins right now have come against teams that are collectively like 15 and like 38. You know what I'm saying? 15 wins, 38 losses. So he's beating up on bad teams. But Philly, the 49ers, and the Cardinals, who are 2-8, he's lost those games. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to. I can't give him MVP conversation until he does it against somebody that's good.
The same thing goes for CD as the number one receiver.
So basically, you're saying
those are the same things I'm saying. Until you do it when it really counts, can't be a number one.
Well, 10 for 191
but you're basically saying he's top 5.
But
if there's only 3 teams that beats him. If there's only 3 teams that beats him, he's top 5.
Well, those 3 teams are the only 3 teams. Well, 2 of those 3 teams are the only winning teams that he's faced this season. You know what I'm saying? That have a over 500 record. Everybody else is under 500. You know, and one of the teams that he lost to was under 500.
Right.
You know, when Josh Dobbs, now, when you talk about a winner, that dude, Josh Dobbs, had found a way to win 2 games with Arizona, right? And has found a way to win 2 games in Minnesota. He ain't been there 2 weeks. I think today he's been there 2 weeks. He had 2 wins before he was there for 2 weeks.
So
At quarterback. I'm not saying he's a better quarterback than Dak. I'm not saying that he's not. But when it comes to winning against difficult, you know, Josh Dobbs beat us this year.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we want to see Dak have that type of win on his resume against a good team, a good defense. You know, defense don't show up, so what? We got Dak. That's how Kansas City is. You know what I'm saying? If defense don't show up, so what? We got Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Cincinnati, defense don't show up, so what? We got Joe Burrow. You know, I can't say that about Buffalo, but it's other
Those
teams
are not
like
the only
that.
2 teams that you can say that pretty much say that about.
Cleveland with Deshaun Watson, he was 5-1 in Cleveland when he's on the field, but now we find out he's out for the season. We'll get to that later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, but just I want to see Dak do it against the supreme competition, not just beat up on the little guys.
Not only that, I want to see Michael Parsons do it against Supreme competition.
Absolutely.
I want to see C.D. Lamb do it against Supreme competition. I want to see Zach Martin
seen
do it
CD.
against Supreme competition.
I believe, I'm with all that.
Yeah, I want to see all these boys
Do it against Supreme
Because
competition.
against Philadelphia, I saw Zach Martin. He just got the big money. I saw him get to sit in Dak lap 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, well, I mentioned Dak because he's the one that's in the MVP conversation.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely. And whoever said that don't know much about MVPs.
I mean, it's a lot of people talking about that. Down in ESPN, Foxworth, who usually has good points, said he's playing like the best quarterback in the league right now.
But 2 weeks ago, they
just like-
2 weeks ago they were saying he was trash. This is a microwave society. Calm that down.
Yeah, I'm just
Dak
like,
is not
against
in
what? Against who? You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's what I'm saying. For the real football fan, Dak is not in the MVP conversation.
Exactly.
And for the real football fan, Dak is not as terrible as they try to make him out to be.
He
Neither
may
one
be
of
the
two is true.
MEP,
Yeah.
most expensive.
Yeah, no, one of them, no doubt.
Absolutely.
And then, it's good to see Brandon
terms of
Cooks getting
dollar
the
for
action this past weekend, man. He finally getting opportunity, scoring touchdown, making plays. The guy is a weapon, and we haven't utilized him to this point. Maybe that was strategic so we could have him on the back half of the season, not put too much on him early so he, end up on that disabled list, we don't want that. So
Like he always do.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't want him to do like he always do.
Man.
We want him to do different.
But hey, they played. I can't say nothing about.
Absolutely.
They did what they were supposed to do
And
against
Michael
the
Gallup
Giants.
caught the ball. Can
Yeah.
you? Michael
Yeah.
Gallup caught the ball.
Yeah, Michael
You know,
Gallup
look
is
at-
going up and getting that thing, man. So I think Michael Gallup is a really good receiver. He's had his moments. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I think something clicked to where he's like, all right, I can't do that no more type
Yeah.
deal. Because it's in him. It's in him. But at the same time, Dalton Schultz was getting a lot of balls his way last year. Dak was going to the tight end a lot in
Absolutely.
previous seasons. So it's kind of it's kind of easy to check out as a receiver, even though you're getting paid this money to do this. It's easy to check out. When you're running 30 routes a game and only 2 balls are coming your way. You know what I'm saying? But he's getting
still
paid to
get the
make that
same
catch.
check.
Yeah, no
Get
doubt.
the same check, so run every route.
No
like
doubt.
the ball is coming to you.
No doubt.
That's the way a good professional does.
Yeah. And our defense played well again.
Yeah.
Blaine got another interception. That kid is
Balling
out, man.
balling out.
Balling out all the way. And Cowboys, got nothing to say. Y'all did what you're supposed to do. I wish we could play the Giants every week. We got Carolina this next coming up game, and that's a similar team. They got a rookie quarterback struggling right now. Decent defense, but it's a game we should win.
I thought Carolina had Trevor Lawrence.
No, that's Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville.
They got Bryce out of Alabama, rookie,
Oh, okay.
shorter guy.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. So, and if y'all haven't heard, Leighton Vander Esch is done for the season. Same neck injury. When he hurt his neck this year, I knew it was a chance of hearing this news. I also think the Cowboys are kind of pushing him towards that decision because, obviously our run defense has been better since he's been on the sideline. But, it sucks to hear this news.
Yeah. Oh, I
And, to hear his career is in jeopardy, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
and his career, if he's honest with himself, his career is not in jeopardy. His career is over.
yeah, I mean
Unless
injuries
he
is
want to be in a
nothing
wheelchair or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same injury that Michael Irvin retired with.
Yeah.
So, the doctor's always going to tell you can play if you want to.
Yeah, you got these chances.
Yeah.
You're taking chances out there, man.
No.
It's unnecessary at this point, I believe, because he's played long enough. I think he's vetted at this point, right?
Yeah.
Or vested at this point. Long enough career in the NFL, and I mean, I appreciate everything you've done to this point, man. I hope things go well. I hope you can come back. That would be the best solution. But if not, man, I appreciate you, lady.
Productive life, man. Football ain't everything.
Yeah, no doubt.
They want to try to play like it is, but it's not.
It's a very short. It's about as long as high school. It's a 4-year average.
Career. So,
so
this is what is about his 6th year.
Yeah.
So
something like that.
He had a good career. I mean, I'm not trying to. These guys got to realize they got life to live after football.
Yeah.
And if you want to keep playing football and maybe end up with a debilitating injury, that's kind of ludicrous. And I think his career is over. He had a good run, and I like Leighton. I wish he would have played better.
Yeah.
But but as a person, seemed like a pretty good little young guy. So I hope you have a long.
Hit you with that wolf call one time, lady.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate what you did for us, man.
Might be his last wolf call.
Yeah. Yeah, might be. But he got one in, though. It was a good one.
But this is the whole thing. Life goes on.
Yeah, it does.
You can have a happy, productive life after football.
And you're set up to do whatever you want to do. So,
absolutely.
Man, I just hope
if you
make
use
the
your
best
money
decision.
right.
Yeah, man.
Use your money right, man.
So, moving on from those Cowboys. Rest of the NFL, man. So,
wait a minute. Before we leave the Cowboys, you forgot to say one thing.
What's that?
You heard what CD said, right?
What'd he say?
He said he's the best receiver in football.
Hey, I can't. Hey, let's go
No,
back.
that's what CD said.
Hey, I didn't even know he said that. You see who's in the middle of this picture right here.
And the whole thing, like I told, me and my homework, we talk all the time.
Yeah.
I would expect CD to say anything else.
Look, so check it. Like on my way to my baseball practices, my coach would pick me up. My coach had his son. He pick up one more of my teammates named Michael Griffin. He'd be in the car, in the driver's seat, as
wait a minute,
his son.
The chiropractor Griffin?
His little brother.
Oh, his brother.
That's Greg,
okay.
yeah. So
that's Gregory Griffin.
Yeah.
Is a chiropractor.
That fight story I told you about, Greg was in that room that one time.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's my guy right there.
Oh, I still go to Gregory.
Yeah, Greg goes hard.
Yeah,
Duncanville,
I still
Texas.
go to it.
Greg Griffin, chiropractor, man. Go to the man.
Cedar Ridge. What's that? Is that Duncanville?
Yeah.
Cedar Ridge Street.
Yeah,
Duncanville,
man.
Texas.
Yeah, Greg goes hard, man. In the chiropractic category.
I need a neck crack right now, Greg. I'll be there next week.
Yeah. So I forgot what So my coach, driving us to practice, every practice, he'd ask one question. Who's the best player on our team? And he would expect one answer for all of us.
Me.
Exactly.
Yeah, me.
Me. I'm the best player on my team.
Yeah.
I'm the best. Like, that's the way you're supposed to think.
Oh,
so I
absolutely.
love hearing that from CD Lamb.
Oh, yeah. I like hearing it, too.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want to hear it from Dak. I want to hear it from everybody on the squad, on the roster. I'm the best player on this roster.
Now I need you to go play like it.
I expect you to perform that way.
I've been performing
Absolutely.
like one of the better receivers in the league.
Hey, he is the first receiver in NFL history to have 3 consecutive weeks of 10 catches and 150 yards.
Oh, yeah.
The first in NFL history to do that. That's what CD's doing. So you can't argue. It's a long history.
Yeah, long history.
And the first receiver to do it, how can you say somebody's better than him at this point? So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for 3 weeks, you the best.
He's trying to tell you something, man.
Hey, 3 weeks, CD. I want you to, at the end of the year.
Yeah.
By game, okay, you got 17 regular season games, but you got 3 playoffs if you win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
At the end of 20 games, CD, I want you to be the best.
Yeah, man.
I want you to be the best.
And you can be, CD.
Oh, you can be.
You can be. I've been watching you since OU, so I know you got it in you, dog. That's why they got you and gave you that number that you got on. So we can finally go to the next spot, right? Moving on. NFL, the rest of the NFL. CJ Stroud, what you think about him, man? That kid went out and beat Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, wasn't nobody talking about the Houston Texans this year. We thought they was going to lose out. for another high draft pick this season.
That's parity for you.
This young man got something else, got other plans.
Yeah,
you know, C.J. Stroud is balling right now. Like, Houston's looking like a playoff contender, man, because DeMeco Ryans, you know he's defensive-minded. That's what he did when he played in the league.
So did he outdo Joe Burrow?
Yeah, man.
I mean, when you looked at the game, he looked like the better quarterback, him with Joe Burrow.
I mean, that's hard. They're both very good quarterbacks. It was a 30-27 game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that came down to a kicker.
Yeah.
You know? So I still think Cincinnati has the more complete team, but Houston is finding a way to win right now, and it's crazy what that young buck is doing down there. Cleveland went out there, and Baltimore came out in a dogfight, man. It was back and forth. Really, Baltimore jumped out on Cleveland. I think it was like 24-7, maybe 31-7. And with come to find out, as we mentioned earlier in the show, Deshaun Watson's now out for the season due to a fracture in his throwing shoulder, right? He's got guaranteed $230-something million, so it don't matter, right? But he's got a fracture in his right shoulder that happened in the first half, right? So after the first half, it was 24-7, and they were down.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So he battled back, you know what I'm saying, with a fractured shoulder to help win this game. You know, we talking good run game with Ford and I can't think of the other guy last name with the dreads, Kareem Hunt. They got a decent running game. They got another guy named Strong back there, right? But that defense is real.
Oh yeah.
And they came back, man. I think they had a defensive touchdown. Hawthorne the second intercepted a pass and took it back to the house. Again, it was a deflected pass. He took it to the house. It was a great game back and forth, man. But it's crazy to see how Cleveland came back and won that game with a quarterback that had a fractured shoulder in the first quarter, from what I believe. Now, he's done for the season. Biggest contract in the NFL. This is why they don't do guaranteed contracts like this. I think he's got a $234 million contract, fully guaranteed. And injury is it's an injury-prone league, man. You can't avoid them. It's going to happen. But
no, he's an injury-prone guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's been hurt. He didn't.
He wasn't hurt, and then he got hurt, and then he didn't. No, he wasn't hurt. Then he didn't want to go back to Houston. So he was out for 2 years because they sat him on the bench for a year, then didn't play him for a year, and then
Cleveland gave him
the money.
He was hurt last year.
And he couldn't. He was ineligible to play for the first half of the season. Second half of the season, after that 8th game, he could come in and be the quarterback. Still knocking off Russ. He's still knocking off Russ. He's still not the quarterback that he was in Houston. He was in that Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers conversation because he was a Pro Bowl quarterback every year. He was the only thing that was making Houston go, and he was beating teams that people thought they shouldn't have beat. Like, he was the man in Houston. But they got another man, C.J. Stroud, now, but he just hadn't gotten back in that groove yet.
So how many years did you start for Houston? 2?
2 or 3. Yeah. Okay. And he was Pro Bowler, I believe, every year he was a starter out there. You know, he balled out there, man.
Did he used to go to playoffs?
Yeah, he wins. Like,
he used to go to playoffs?
When he played, yeah. Not when he wasn't playing, no. But I believe they did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I think they gave Indianapolis or somebody a run for their money. One of them.
Oh, yeah. They went to playoffs one time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's another guy where he overrated too.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't done nothing.
Uncle always says
they say all these guys
stability,
are so good, but they never
availability.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
I'm saying like this.
Well, he's 5-1. I don't think he's overrated because the guy, he's a proven winner. Like, he is.
What does he won?
I mean, he won.
He won in college. Okay,
and he's
college don't count the pro.
Well, he came to the NFL and won with a bad team. He won with Houston. All he had was DeAndre Hopkins and Arian Foster.
Then he took off.
I'm going to look him up because I don't remember Deshaun Watson. I remember him putting up a lot of numbers. I think he started 3 times, went to the playoffs once. I mean, all these guys, Joe Burrow, all that, they say Josh Allen, all these. New York even gave Damon Jones the bag. What's his name?
Daniel Jones.
Jones. They gave him money. They keep saying these guys are so good, but Herbert done it, but they keep doing nothing.
Yeah.
The only one that has came in the league that done something is Joe Burrow.
Herbert's coaching has hurt him.
Okay.
Joe Burrow's solid.
Joe Burrow's
Josh Allen
solid.
is Josh Allen is the prototype creative player quarterback. A 6'7" guy with a freaking
he's got
rocket
all the
launcher for
measurables
an arm.
he's supposed to do this. I'm just saying, all these guys, you know, they keep saying that these guys, he the man.
They're not doing nothing to be the man. Yeah, no doubt. Joe
I
Burrow.
can't tell you. Yeah, Joe Burrow is about the only
Pat
guy.
Mahomes. And those two guys, I believe those two guys
Yeah.
are head and shoulders above every other quarterback in the league.
But everybody else is.
And I put Deshaun Watson in there if he can get back to where he was. But we haven't seen that yet, and now he's back again.
I don't put Deshaun Watson in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to do something to get into Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers. You gotta do something, man.
Yeah, you talking about like actual winning?
Yeah, actually winning. I ain't talking about putting up numbers.
Yeah, well,
I'm talking about actually get the W's.
Well, he wins, and he's won in bad situations. This year, Cleveland, they got the number one defense in the league. They actually look like they primed and ready to go win the Super Bowl if they got the right quarterback. And I thought they're going to have P.J. Walker back in there, but they're not. They're starting their rookie, something Robinson. I can't think of his last name right now, but they're going to start their rookie. Anybody? You good?
Good.
Yeah,
They're going to start their rookie this year.
This is the thing.
It's unfortunate he got hurt.
Because the teams has done better than all those guys.
Yeah, he
except
wins.
for Joe Burrow.
Gets to the playoffs.
Gets to the playoff, and he's actually won a game or two in the playoff. Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, the guy in New York, Deshaun Watson, who else? All those guys.
It's hard. I don't know. I
mean,
believe in Deshaun Watson a lot more than those other guys that you named.
Yeah.
You know, like straight up.
I'll
Like,
agree
think
when
he's
I see Deshaun Watson, everything that people criticize Dak for.
Yeah.
When I see Deshaun Watson win some playoff games, I put him in something.
Yeah, we
so
gotta
far,
see
I
him
don't
in
think
the
he
playoffs
won it.
again, though.
So far, I don't think he won no playoff games.
Well, because potential is not the same thing as reality.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because you know what potential
But it's
is.
not based off his potential. It's based off of his production when he's on the field. He is a winner. He's a bona fide winner. Now, he hadn't won a Super Bowl.
When he's on field.
Has he won in playoff games?
I believe he has. I believe he has. Like
At the most one.
Yeah. I think the year before all of this controversy began, that season
They won one playoff game.
and the season before, I think he had two.
You know who's
very
got the
good
same
seasons.
number of Super Bowl wins
As Dak? Me.
as Dak or as anybody who's not playing?
Who?
Me.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because ain't nobody. If you're not playing, you got no wins.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I got the same amount of Super Bowls a lot of those guys playing.
Exactly.
0.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
Until you win,
Until you win.
He's coming back from a Michael Vick type situation where he was sidelined for 2 years.
True.
Vick was put in jail for 2 years. He was on the sideline for 2 years, right? So it's a certain rhythm and flow that you get out of. It don't matter how many mental reps you take. If you can't get in there and get in that action, like it's gonna take you a little while to come back.
Oh, yeah.
but all goes into the calculation.
All goes
Yeah, no
into
doubt.
responsibility, availability, and all that go together.
Yeah, no
he
doubt.
was irresponsible, which made him unavailable. So therefore,
And I can almost argue with the irresponsible part. I think it was a little bit of,
well, I'm gonna tell you like this:
some bull pound going
I
on.
have never seen. You might have a little smoke from a car, but when you look up there and smoke is bellowing, it's a fire over there.
No doubt.
It's
No
a
doubt.
fire
But
it's a fire over there somewhere.
I think he was just being a single man. Derek Jeter was a single man for a long time. And his team never snitched on him and turned in all the people that you got back rubs from.
Well, see, it's a different.
It's a different world.
I'm just saying.
That's a different world.
I'm just saying. That's why I can't really.
There's a lot of.
I'm not going in on him, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying. If you was clean as a whistle, you would have got it. I mean, if you were doing stuff right, you wouldn't have
no
all
doubt.
that wouldn't have came up.
His game must be real weak. His game is real weak. That's the one thing.
Well,
that messed
You
him
also
up.
you also got especially if you're in
Talking
that kind
about
of
with the
position
ladies.
where you're gonna have encounters with people who are thirsty.
Yeah.
Can you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
And all
You need to develop quickly. You need to develop that radar that says crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That graph.
Oh yeah.
That hot crazy.
I like Deshaun and I want him to do well.
Crazy.
But But what he's actually done and what they say about him is two different things.
Yeah.
Because he ain't did a lot in the NFL. Did a lot in college.
A lot of potential.
He ain't did a lot in the NFL.
Yeah,
and potential ain't nothing but people hoping you can do something they never thought you'd do before.
Yeah,
That's
no
what
doubt. I mean,
is.
potential. You know, I like Deshaun. I hope
I
he
do
does
too.
well, man.
He can throw.
Yeah.
He got good numbers, but they haven't equated to just like that.
Yeah.
They haven't equated to playoff wins. So
No
we
doubt.
gotta hold them to the same standard we hold Dak to. If you ain't won no playoff games, you just like that.
And opportunities too, though. You know?
Yeah, opportunity.
He hadn't
But
had
the
too many opportunities, but he hadn't been on the field either. So
Yeah, the opportunity was there, but you messed it up.
who does take advantage of the opportunities is old Josh Dobbs out there. Josh was
Oh yeah, Josh Dobbs
That
taking
dude,
the best.
barely 2 weeks, already 2 wins
2 wins.
in Minnesota. And then, the Washington and Seattle game, that was a back and forth defensive battle, but a couple big plays. And Kenneth Walker III, my fantasy running back, went in on them boys last week. Too bad I had him on the bench because his previous week was whack. But moving on. NFL power rankings. So now, Cowboys, even though they blew the Giants out, and the Detroit Lions lost, right? Didn't they lose this weekend?
No, Detroit won.
They won that game. Okay, they went for it on 4th down or something like that and won that game.
Yeah. I think Detroit won. Detroit lost the week before, I believe. Look it up. But yeah, Detroit won last week. I'm pretty sure. So
Okay, they must have if they're back in the power
and
rankings.
how can Baltimore be number 3? Didn't they just lose to Cleveland?
Well, they lost it last second to Cleveland, and they jumped out on them. And I mean, they've been looking really
41-38.
good. They've been looking really good. I can't argue with Baltimore being.
So where's Cleveland? They just beat you the other day.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just saying.
yeah, no doubt. Well, they got more losses, I believe, or they might have the same amount of losses. I don't know what the calculations.
I don't know how they come up with this. Because last week what was Baltimore?
Number 1.
Oh, they were number 1.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, they were number 1 last week. So now Baltimore's number 3. Kansas City is now number 2. Or actually, Baltimore might have been number 2 last week to Philly still.
Yeah, Philly. I think Philly was. Yeah.
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 Yep. And then Detroit is now number 4. And the San Francisco 49ers, who have won one of their last 4 games, is now number 5. But they also did acquire Chase Young, and he acted a dog, you know what I'm saying, this past weekend.
Yeah.
So
He do that in Washington too.
Yeah.
When he's there.
yeah.
So Detroit
available.
won.
That's why Washington let him go. It wasn't his ability. It was his availability.
Yeah.
The reason Washington let him go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Detroit won on a 41-yard field goal.
Yeah.
Riley Patterson.
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions.
Number 4.
And their record is, I think they got the same record as the Cowboys. 6
3
and
losses? Yeah.
Yeah.
6 and 3.
Yep.
And they're on the Cowboys schedule.
Well, I hope we can get a win out of that game because it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Promise you.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell's going to be coming at us. But keep this thing rolling. Noonish Fantasy Football League. Oh, my gosh. So, my boys made a valiant effort this week.
That's a shame.
And we got knocked off. We got knocked off by Christiana Yebra. So
You got nothing, Christian, beat your head?
Christiana beat me this week, 148 to 123. And I told her, CeeDee Lamb and TJ Hawkinson can kick rocks because they beat me this week. She had 2 dudes. Those 2 dudes scored over 60 points. And gave me the business, man. So took an L. I took an L to Christiana. It's all good. But
I can tell you're a little hurt by that.
yeah, I'm not too happy about that, man. I was wanting to, I knew that if I came and got this win, it would be a race to the end. But now she separated herself. She talked smack, and now she brought it back with some dubs to follow that action, man. I just needed her to have some guys on bye week, some injuries or something. Nothing fell my way this week, man. But it's all good. Christiana's leading us at 9-1 right now. I'm in second place at 7-3. Unc got beat by Mark. Unc, you had 3 dudes, they're on bye weeks this week. Unc, didn't even look at
I was busy this week. I didn't hear. Hey, It is what it is. Yeah, I know I seen it because I had Cooper Cup on my week and somebody else.
Yeah, man. We gotta raise the stakes, you know, to make sure you come in here and gotta put some money on the table next year or something, man.
Then I get more.
Yeah, you know. And now Jonas is feeling better about the situation. He's competing. He took an L this week, surprisingly to Ray. I thought you beat Ray, you know.
I actually felt pretty good about that one going into it, but he had a couple of things go his way, and I had a couple of things that didn't go my way, and it just didn't quite work out.
That's the way fantasy football works, man.
Fantasy football is.
So, you know, we still got
real football now.
I believe we still have 4 or 5 more weeks left, so it should be a good it should be a good finish, man. But I need y'all's help. Knocking off Christiana, because she is dogging us out right now after talking that one Sunday. I'm going to catch you. I'm going to catch you slipping. Yeah, I'm going to catch you slipping. I don't care what nobody thinks. Keep this thing moving, man.
You going to catch you, Christiana.
NCAA news. Man. Jimbo Fisher. Woo!
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to get what a severance package?
I'm telling you.
That's his second one.
What was this Florida State?
Yeah, Florida State gave him 40 or 50 million in lead.
Are you serious?
A&M gave him 70-something million in lead.
$77 million to lead,
He got $100 million to lead.
All right, team managers, team owners, let me just tell you. Colleges, I'm just going to tell you. You can hire me as a head coach.
Yes.
And my record is not going to be any worse than some of these other ones.
Yeah.
And my severance package can be a lot smaller.
Yes.
And I'll still be happy.
Even the yearly salary will be a lot.
$77 million to lead.
Totally
Man,
fine.
that's his second package.
He making over $2,000 a day
to go home.
Man, sounds like a plan, man.
Do you know how bad somebody want to get rid of you to give you $7 million?
Man, you must not have been doing.
Do you know how bad they want you gone?
That's bad. Like, geez.
Say like, hey,
for
$77 million, I think I might put up with you and say, man, look here, win 3-4 games so I can get some of my money out of you. $77 million to go away. To go away.
So, I mean.
In Florida State, I can't remember. Florida State gave him, it was something, 25, 30, 40 million to leave.
Is Jimbo happy to leave? Do you think he'd rather be there? Or is he happier leaving with $77 million?
Because you know why? I would say you're happy leaving.
I would.
Because you know what he can do.
What? Whatever.
The same way he got that million money from Florida State and went to A&M.
Man,
he gonna have $100 million. Now he can go somewhere else and make another $6 or $7 million.
Jimbo might not coach again.
Ain't even got to win.
But even if you want to, he getting paid from 2 other schools.
My God,
man.
Jimbo might be high school coach. He might go to high school or something.
He must be really terrible, man.
He might be.
He must really be bad. I mean, because because when you leave a school, the boosters want you gone.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, they want him out of there. They said that they should be on the national level, and this is where Dion comes into the scene, right? Because the boosters say, and the alumni say, and the Board of Regents say that A&M should be on the national scene much greater than what they are, because hands down they have the best facilities, they have the best alumni. Like that, honestly, might be the best program in the country. And for you to come out of there with 4-6 wins in a season, don't make sense. Does not make sense.
Yeah, so they. But I'm just saying. How bad do someone want you gone?
$77 million.
$77 million to leave.
Man, y'all can
pay me out of there.
Y'all pay me $77 million. I leave Earth. I'll be the first cat on Mars. Y'all give me $77 million. Straight up.
That's crazy.
I'm out.
And Dion is not going there. Dion is not going there.
You don't think so? Why not?
Because
first off, his sons can't transfer.
Right.
Well,
he's not gonna leave his sons at Colorado. He's gonna stay until they. That's at least, one more year.
Until they.
I mean, I mean, there's other situations that could take place. You know, Shiloh could go to the NFL. Shador could go to the NFL.
But
you know,
The
just
daughter's at Colorado on the basketball team.
Yeah, but she hadn't transferred anywhere. Well, she did transfer from Jackson State.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
I don't think Deion is going anywhere because at Colorado, Deion got carte blanche at Colorado.
yeah,
I mean, you go to A&M.
yeah, and now
There's going to be some restrictions on you, Deion.
Yeah, now you're dealing with the SEC.
And you're dealing with the alumni.
You know, now you have
which will pay you. So they already let you know that if we don't like you, we're going to get you out of here no matter at what cost.
Yeah.
See, so at
They
Colorado,
also show you they got deep pockets and will pay for whatever they want.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
But you also, that's a tougher trek to the national championship because now you got to go through the SEC, which Oklahoma and Texas are joining next year. You know what I'm saying? Colorado can go to the Big 12 and be the premier school in the Big 12 next year.
But you know, I think
go ahead, Jones.
I think the biggest thing with Coach Deion is what he likes to do, what he has demonstrated so far that he likes to do is not take what has traditionally been a successful program that just had a couple bad years and turn that around. He likes to go to a place that has historically not been a great program
And turn it around.
and turn that around. And you know, you can make whatever psychological assumptions about that you want to, is because that shows more of what he can do or whatever. But that's what he seems like he likes to do.
Well, I mean, we're talking A&M.
That, to me, that's the biggest
Because
reason.
if you go to A&M and you win 10, 11 games, everyone will say you should win.
Right,
Well,
right,
so
exactly.
what I'm saying with
Whereas if you go to
A&M
Colorado
is-
a couple of years ago and you win 10, 11 games,
Yeah.
you are a freaking hero.
But we talking national championship, right?
Sure.
A&M hadn't won a national championship since when? Like, I can't remember the last time A&M won a national championship.
Probably in the 40s.
It's been a long time. You know?
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
It's true. That's a good point.
That's one thing. So that is kind of that redemption story, right? Like they had Johnny Football, they had other players in the past that were good players. They sent several players to the NFL. They've had several good seasons.
Oh, they were linebacker you one time.
Yeah, but as far as national championships, that has been very elusive. So, it would be cool to see Deion go to A&M and help them win their first national championship in 80 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or however long it is.
He's got the hat.
Because
already got
Colorado's
the hat.
won a national championship.
Yeah, he's already got the hat.
Yeah, Colorado's won a national championship
In 90.
since A&M has.
Yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. But that black and gold looks, if I was in Deion's shoes, it don't matter. I don't care what amount of money. I mean, at the same time, it gets really cold in Colorado. So I don't know how he feels about the cold, actually being there and living there. I don't know how he feels about that. But looks like A&M can pay him money that Colorado can't.
Oh, absolutely, but
Yeah. I believe Colorado will find a way.
Pay you to come, pay you to go.
because this is the thing.
Yeah.
Colorado has generated so much more money just since Deion been there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Everything is sold out.
Yeah.
The basketball games are sold out.
Right.
Because Deion might show up at the game.
Yeah.
Everything and then the economy of Boulder itself.
Absolutely.
More like when teams come to Boulder, now they bring in 7,000, 8,000 people with
Yeah.
them. When they used to bring 2,000 or 1,500.
Yeah.
So
So he's more than a coach.
yeah, so A&M can pay him more money. A&M has more money, but for lifestyle and just having the clout, and Deion loves to have the clout.
Yeah, no doubt.
He won't have the clout at A&M.
Yeah.
He won't have the clout at A&M because A&M got so much money till they know that, okay, Deion, we can do you just like we did Jumbo. We'll pay you $77 million to go away.
Yeah.
Colorado can't do that.
Man.
So so I'm just saying.
Colorado can't do that on several
Yeah.
several reasons.
Yeah.
Like
If
not just the
A&M,
money.
if A&M came in and offered Deion Sanders to be the highest paid coach in all of college football, right? What if he took that deal and went to A&M after everything that's taking place in Boulder, after everything that's taking place in Jackson State, how would you feel? How would you feel about Deion Sanders as a coach? You know what I mean? Would it be? Would he get a reputation of a guy chasing the money?
I wouldn't feel any difference about Deion Sanders as a coach. I would feel different about him as a father.
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, Deion coaching is indifferent to me.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm being honest.
Yeah, no doubt.
But now his father, being a father, Deion is I don't think that A&M have enough money for Deion to leave his children.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say it like that.
Yeah.
And Deion, and it would be different if Deion got a lot of money already.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, if you come in $10 million to Deion, it's not like $10 million to a lot of other people.
Yeah.
So, and Deion said last night, this is what he said last night. He said, my mama here.
Yeah.
My daughter here.
Yeah.
My other daughter come to every game.
Yep.
My 2 sons is here, and my other son is to me. He said, I'm here. My family is here. And I think Deion right now loves his family more than he loves football. I think from what he's demonstrated, and I think that he's not going to leave his
more
2 sons.
than he loves the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Because
that's just my impression.
Like to me, and $10 million you need to move across the country and go to a whole new place. Oh yeah, I'll do for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
But $10, $100, even $1,000.
Not so much.
Nah, probably not.
Yeah.
Not really worth it.
Yeah.
But and Deion's got that money. I think so. I said I was framing it as impact, even though I didn't say that straight out.
Yeah.
You said it as clout.
Yeah.
To me, that matters to him more than the money. Like that's what I see.
Yeah, the clout.
He likes the clout
and the family
and the impact and the family. Yeah, indeed.
That's what I believe. From what he's demonstrated to me, I think that his children and just how can I say this in the night? Deion, his star be way bigger in the Boulder than it ever. If he go to A&M, his star just shrunk. The day he signs, his star is going to shrink.
You think so?
First off, you're in the SEC.
Right.
No doubt, but you are in the best program in America.
I ain't gonna say that's the best program.
I'm talking about from a facility standpoint, from a booster standpoint. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
That's what I say though. That almost makes it less of a good deal for somebody like Deion because he wants to go to that place that's coming up hard. And
does he want to? Or is that just what's been handed to him, and he's done the best with it?
I think
made everywhere.
I think he may be right.
Wherever he's been planted, he is.
But that wasn't
let's say I think
program.
You may have been right the first time,
but
then he got a taste for. Oh look, like I can just be in here, like you say, not even being that great of a coach, but being able to pull the people in, pull the people together, which to be fair is one of the jobs of a coach. The head coach anyway, to get everybody together and on the same page, like being able to do that at a small school, at an underrepresented or a underfunded place, and being able to get all that stuff together and pull it together and come out winning more games than what they've ever won before, or even a winning season, or even eventually going to playoffs from that situation, and how good you look and how good. Not even matter how good you look, but think about how good you feel when you know that you took something that was not the best program in the league. When you took a program that was behind the curve, that has traditionally been behind the
1-11 or whatever they were last year. Yeah.
Not even last year, but years and years and decades before that. And you took that program and took that one to the winning side. Yeah. Like how much better does that feel to you just personally when you go to sleep at night, regardless of what the cameras are on?
When I say best program, I'm not talking about wins and losses. I'm talking about resources. Right.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like to me that almost is a strike against
it's like going from I won't say the word, but like the Broncos to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
As far as facilities and resources and value is concerned.
So the first time,
you know what I'm saying?
The first time you do it, maybe that was the only thing you could do, but you won. Like whether you won, like whether you had a winning season or whether you had
having the opportunity to take over the SEC and be the new Nick Saban.
Yeah. Winning in terms of winning games, yeah.
Deal.
But I think before he gets to that point, he's got either Colorado to finish what he started there, or another school like Colorado or Jackson State for that matter.
A&M is like Colorado. When we're talking again, haven't won a national championship.
But
any of us
have that good program.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they haven't won a national championship in our lifetime. So, but you have the resources.
But you do have the resources
to go out and recruit and do whatever. And you're in the hotbed. You're back in Texas.
Right.
You don't got to worry about those frigid temperatures, right? I'm just saying, like, these are things that could be attractive to him, right? And
they could be.
Yeah,
but just my opinion, I don't think he.
You don't think he will?
I think he love. I think
it's loopholes and everything.
I think Deion love his. True. I don't think there's no loophole in his family though.
No, ain't no loophole.
I mean, I'm saying
there's loopholes in the moving your family around though.
But he can't take them with him. He can't take them with him.
I mean, Shiloh came, right? Shiloh was at South Carolina, transferred to Jackson State, transferred to Colorado.
That's his 2 transfers. And
Shador only has 1 transfer. So,
and one of them, and all that D2, D1 got something to do with it too. I don't know exactly how it goes, but transferring from when you go down to a D,
I think it has something to do with like graduating. So Shiloh was able to play this year versus that got to play tackle for Lafayette. That can't play this year.
Graduated.
Because Shiloh graduated from Jackson State.
Yeah. But also when he transferred from South Carolina, you went from D1 to D2. Yeah. That has something to do with how many.
It's FBS and then FCS. So they FCS D1. Jackson State is, but they're not FBS, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But it's still considered a transfer though.
Yeah. So
but he was able to transfer from Jackson State to Colorado because he graduated. So if Shador graduated, then that might be a way that he could get over to A&M. But his daughter, I don't know. She doesn't have that same
So
ability
I just think Deion. I don't think he'll. Now, if this was a year or 2 from now, maybe so. But this particular year, I don't think he's leaving.
Yeah.
And Deion likes stuff.
I 100% agree.
Timing is everything.
That I agree.
And then Deion,
give it another couple of years.
Deion likes stuff. Deion likes stuff.
Especially another couple of years, especially if Colorado goes like to a playoffs. Or gets to and wins a bowl game of some sort.
Yeah.
Definitely after that.
Yeah. And everything
definitely see it after that.
That Deion wants is a yes in Colorado. It may not be a yes in A&M.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they got so much money, they like,
Well, they've already got so much.
But they don't
all those
have
programs
wins. They don't win. They don't have championships. So they might be open and you know, like I said, what the booster said is we should be on the national stage a lot more than what we are.
Absolutely.
Deion, there's no way in the world anybody would have thought Colorado would be here on the scene, the conversation, talk of the town, ESPN, Fox, fighting over who's going to be over there every Saturday. Like, still, they have a losing season, and they're still going to their game.
Yeah.
Still on the evening game on ABC. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, that's what Deion, that's the Deion effect, right? So, if being on the national scene is what you want, there's no better person to get you there than Deion Sanders. So, you know,
but people
if I'm Deion, I'm like
A&M. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's not the same jump to go to A&M, even after Jackson State and Colorado. Like it's still not. It's not the same. Like in terms of wins, maybe, but you're not coming into a program where that anybody would look at it and say, "Nah, you can't do nothing."
If they put their money where their mouth is, I'm pretty dang sure Deion would listen. His ears would at least be open.
Listen.
If they put money where his mouth is, I'm sure that he would lend an ear. I would lend an ear.
You're talking about giving me.
I would love
money.
to see Deion be the highest paid coach in what kind of story is that from Jackson State 2 years ago to the highest paid coach in the NCAA in 2 years? Like that's a story.
That's
a story. Like I would love to see that now. I would love to see him finish this plan out in Colorado, but that might not be I ain't hating on him either way. Deion is my guy. You know, I want to see him get paid. I want to see that whole crew get paid for their loyalty to their mission and what they've done from the Truth Organization that was bringing these kids all the way up to where they are now.
That's the key to me is like, and we don't know because we're not inside his head.
Yeah.
But what is his mission? If his mission is make more money, then as soon as A&M makes him an offer, he should take it.
But thing with Deion, it's not him making more money; it's his staff making more money.
Well,
he's been blessed to make a lot of money, but if A&M brings this big offer to where he can bless his staff and raise them up a whole new level, I mean,
but if you go to
I can't see
A&M,
him denying that
if you go to A&M, how much leeway do you have for your staff? If you go to Jackson State and you say, look, I'm bringing this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy, and I'm bringing this guy and his whole family, Jackson State's gonna be like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Colorado said that
and
too.
Colorado's gonna be the same way.
And A&M's gonna say the same thing. They're gonna say the same thing. He's gonna have
they may say okay, but they're gonna say, but we also got all these guys over here that have been on payroll before. We're gonna keep them too.
Yeah, but he's gotta, and that's
and you can't argue with.
I'm
A&M
sure he'll
the
have
same
complete
way.
control of his staff.
Maybe
I'm sure he'll have complete control of his staff because there's no coach that goes to college and is like.
I don't think he's going though. I really don't think he's going. I think he loves his family too much.
Yeah.
I think he loves his sons and all that more than because this is the thing. If Deion put the
I can't stand A&M, by the way.
Put Colorado. Say this year, if they win 4 or 5 games, then next year they win. Like I said before, I said they might win 5 or 6 this year.
Yeah.
Next year 7 or 8, and then if he put them on the map, and then it's the whole thing. Who got the most resources is University of Texas and Sarkisian not doing a great job. Couple years you might be able to go to UT.
Yeah,
UT got more money than A&M.
Hey, UT's in the national championship conversation right now, but A&M is far from that.
Yeah, that's gonna fight. Sarkisian,
So
we shall see.
So Deion, family, money, legacy.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be?
Money,
we'll see what's up.
Money and legacy. And then this is the thing. Deion loves them. If you go to A&M, it's not gonna be so much. Oh, Deion.
Right.
But
I think it will be because of what Bucky's doing, though. Like, Well-Off Media has created that need to that backstage view of what's going on in their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But this is the thing. Texas A&M is not gonna be as
accommodating as Colorado.
So for everything Deion wants, Colorado is gonna say yes.
Yeah, right.
A&M may not be so much.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Because when people got money, they'll put up resistance.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
That's why they ran.
That's why they paid $77 million
for you to leave. So if Deion get down at A&M,
come on, dog.
See, this is the whole thing. If Deion get down at A&M, and he's not doing exactly how they want him to do, they'll pay Deion $80 or $90 million to leave.
Yeah.
And then now, you're not coaching. You're not now that take some luster off your star.
Yeah.
So I would say between family and legacy and star power,
Colorado is the place. I agree with that. I think that if Deion can go and Coach Prime can go and win a championship in Colorado, continue to build that program. I think that is hands down the best story and best place. Yeah, I love what he's doing in Colorado. I love seeing him there. Too. That black and gold, Matt. Like everything about Colorado is perfect for Deion Sanders. So I love to see him stay. But it ain't my decision.
No, it ain't my decision.
It's my decision to move on, though. So Colorado this past week, man, they played against Arizona. Tough game. Oh my gosh.
They had lead all the way to the end.
Won. And Mata don't miss is what we say. Mata missed. For the first time I've ever seen Mata miss on a perfect snap. Everything was perfect, and he just missed a field goal. This is the first time I've ever seen that. It was 31-31. He missed the field goal to go up 34-31. And, it's the first time for everything. I can't blame the whole game on Mata. There was several mistakes that took place, man. Penalties on third down on the defense where they should be getting off the field, but roughing the passer, like just things. Colorado has to learn how to win. They are doing things that are causing them to lose. If they can eliminate those things that are causing them to lose, they will win. They were in a perfect position to beat a top 25 ranked team this week again and just gave it away. So they're in a slump right now as far as wins and losses are concerned, man. The offensive line is playing better. Shedeur Sanders only got sacked like 3 times in this past game. Travis Hunter's still balling. Shiloh's still balling. I mean, the offense is looking much more comfortable under Pat Shurmur, who they made that offensive coordinator change last week to give him the reins to call the plays, man. So they're looking a heck of a lot better, man. They should win this week. They're playing against Washington State. Early in the season, Washington State was the talk of the town because they got a really good quarterback. So they, it's not going to be an easy game for them to win at all. Defense got to show up. I feel a lot better if it's counting on Colorado's defensive backs against Washington State's receivers, as long as they're not running crossing routes. I feel better about that situation. So Colorado should get a win out of this game. They still got a chance to get to a bowl game, but the last game, they got to win this week, which is the game they should win. And then they got to go out and beat Utah, which is going to be a very, very hard, difficult challenge because Utah's got some size. But they're playing better, man. They're blocking better. They look better as a unit on offense. Defense has been playing better in spots. They got Gash, this running back for Arizona. That kid went off, man. And gashed him for some big runs last game. So they took that L last week. But hopefully they'll come back this week, give a win against Washington State, the Cougars. So tune in. We'll see what's up. Moving on. Rest of NCAA news, man. Dylan Gabriel, he wears number 8. The man made, and this is a pretty big deal, he made history for the University of Oklahoma. He scored 8 touchdowns. Okay? Quarterback scored 8 touchdowns.
It's a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, it is. Running and passing. Dylan Gabriel balled out this past weekend in a blowout victory versus West Virginia University.
That's the NCAA record?
That's an OU record.
OU record. Oh,
yeah. Do you know the NCAA record for touchdowns in a game?
No, it should be about 10 or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I know 8 touchdowns is a lot.
Yeah.
I've never heard somebody scoring 8 touchdowns in a game at any level. That's a lot of touchdowns. So I think his first couple touchdowns were running. He had several passing touchdowns. I mean, it was a Dylan Gabriel. It basically turned into the Dylan Gabriel and Lil Stoops show.
Yeah.
What's his name? Riley Stoops? It can't be Riley Stoops.
What is his name?
I'm sorry about that, OU. But Stoops, Lil Stoops, and Dylan Gabriel just started going off in this game. It was fun to watch. But yeah, man. 8 touchdowns in the game is
That's
something special.
That's a lot.
Yeah, something special to talk about. FSU, Florida State went out there and beat Miami this past weekend, man. It looked like an old school Florida State Miami, game. Like it was a battle. It was very cool to watch that game. I'm proud, man. Florida State still, ranked number 4, doing what they do. That's a team that nobody in the nation wants to see right now. I promise you that. They got North Alabama this week, so hopefully they can rest up and get some, get their health back intact.
So that would be. So how many was it? Did he score all the touchdowns in the game?
Dylan Gabriel scored 8. He threw for, I believe, 5 or 6 of them and ran for 2 or 3 of them.
All right, because if it was rushing, that would be a new record. Because there's the record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback is 7. Tied between Keenan Reynolds, Navy of all things, and Chris Sharp Springfield.
I don't know. He's one of those guys.
See if I can.
A rushing quarterback, that's probably a name you will never remember because they did not get to the league.
Right.
That probably was in the 40s or something.
Yeah. That's funny.
When it was a running league.
Straight running league, man. Guys were not throwing that ball. It was more like rugby back in the gap. But, Florida State went out, beat Miami 27-20. UT came up to Fort Worth and beat TCU in a tough game. I knew it would be a tough game, man. They won 29-26. Home cooking, bro. Like anytime in college, you got to worry about that home cooking. You never know how them stripes are gonna call that game. But,
I was wondering if that's what home cooking was.
Yeah.
They always say home field advantage. I'm like, you can run the same, you can catch the same on any field.
It's them
So
stripes.
what's the advantage?
It's them stripes. It's them stripes, especially in them conference games, man. So that's a tough game.
The record with passes is 11. It's David Klingler at Houston back in 1990.
I was about to say, I remember that name, Klingler. 11 touchdowns in a game.
David Klingler.
Out of Houston. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he came
That
up.
run and shoot.
Would have been back in the 90s.
Yeah, he came up right after Andre Ware.
Yeah.
I think he was right after Andre Ware.
Andre Ware won the
I
Heisman.
remember that name.
Yeah, I do too. Andre Ware won the Heisman.
Sounds like it's
out of
for good
Houston.
reason that you
If you don't know, now you know. But like I said, Texas went up to TCU, got that win. So we're gonna keep this thing moving. Adam Johnson update, man. I don't know if y'all know who this gentleman is. This is the guy that passed away by the other gentleman that he got hit and then somehow flipped and sliced Adam Johnson's neck in the match in the hockey game. Did y'all see that?
No.
This happened about 2 weeks ago.
I heard about it.
That got cut by a blade right here.
And he died?
Yeah, he died. He passed away.
Yesterday?
No, he died the day that happened.
Oh, he died. Wait.
He sliced his throat with a hockey skate.
With a hockey stick.
He
Skate.
probably died on the ice.
Skate.
So a guy basically
Oh, he flipped over and fell in some kind of way.
the most penalized guy in the league basically figured out a way to do a flip to slice this guy's neck, right?
Was he trying to slice his
And
neck?
he was the most penalized guy in the league. So was he trying or was he not trying? Like he was skating, and the other guy's skate just comes across his neck like this. So that's what they're trying to figure out. The update is they arrested someone yesterday. Yeah.
And even if the guy's the most penalized, even if he tried to kick the guy in the throat, he wasn't trying to kill the guy. I'm pretty sure.
I mean that would be manslaughter.
Matt Petgrave. I mean, that's the charge he's up for. Matt
and
Petgrave is the gentleman that I believe was arrested yesterday.
Right.
And you're getting into some sticky ground now.
It was
gets
pretty
sticky,
like intent is everything, right?
Right.
So I mean, it was
So if
it was
you're-
a very unnatural action.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch the film,
Which I have
It
not.
looked like he did it
it
on.
was a very unnatural action, and the man literally like slid him with his
So if your intent was to check or go for the puck or whatever,
yeah.
and something happened, then that's an
One thing.
unfortunate aspect of the game. If your intent was to injure someone
And then it went further.
and it went further,
Yeah.
that's pretty much the definition of manslaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean that
It may be involuntary.
again, he was.
But
And
to
it
start-
wasn't in the NHL. It was like the ECHL or something like
But
that.
to start
some
prosecuting
league.
people for what happened during the course of a game, you get into sticky.
It is sticky. Yeah,
I mean, it's
It
kind of
is,
sticky
yeah,
to me because
It was just his track record in the league.
right, and
That has
that
brought them
definitely
to this point.
yeah, absolutely. That's
definitely
what.
play against you.
If he didn't have a track record, it wouldn't be. Whether he did it on purpose or not,
Yeah.
it would not be this
Question,
big
yeah.
of a deal.
Yeah.
But he got a track record.
Yeah, he's the
And like
most-
I say, he may have been trying to kick him in the face or whatever, but I don't think he was trying to kill the guy.
Yeah, and it happened.
But like
he
you say-
sliced him right here.
Because it seems like there'd be lots of easier and less public ways to do away with somebody.
Yeah, I don't
than
know.
that,
I mean,
and I mean, it was gruesome.
Right.
And I thought about the picture to put up on here. That's why I just went ahead and put a regular NHL picture of him up because he went down to the ice, came up, grabbed his neck, and he already had his whole. The ice was full of blood, and his jersey was full of blood. I'm talking right now.
You get that.
It's horrible.
You get
that's
that.
horrible.
Those
It's horrible.
carotid and jugular.
Yeah.
They're like you. This.
Yeah, it was bad. And
You're
it
not
took
in good
place
shape.
It took place about 2 weeks ago. So.
The closest thing I saw to that was when you do you remember when Boom Mancini
Oh yeah.
beat up
yeah.
what's his name, Dooku Kim?
Yeah.
And he had to go to the hospital and died.
I think that was it.
Wow.
And Boom Boom wasn't the same after that.
Yeah.
You know, it was about me, you know. Because he was trying to beat the crap out of the guy.
Yeah, because
he wasn't trying
you want to win.
I mean,
yeah,
you just got to kill him.
No doubt, no doubt.
But that was a boxing match. But this is hockey.
This is hockey.
That's kind of.
I've never seen a skate slice a throat.
I mean, I've seen.
It was bad. Like if you go back and watch it,
there's been people have a broken neck and stuff like that. But
yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it wasn't a check involved. This guy was literally skating, and the other guy just comes and does a very unnatural.
Some kind of like karate slash.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. You gotta see it.
Yeah,
that's
probably been arrested. So.
Probably the first time that ever happened.
Yeah, no doubt about
died from
but now because of that, the league that this took place in, now the players are wearing neck guards, and now the NCAA or NHL is looking at different protective gear for the neck for players. You know what I mean? Because this took place. So, but the guy was arrested, man. So that was.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad.
That's brutal, man.
That's just a bad situation in sports. Period.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about injuries earlier in the football arena, and you take on these sports, especially at the professional level. You have to have some expectation that you are going to get injured.
Yeah,
you have to have some expectation, especially in a contact sport, which hockey is a contact sport. Make no bones about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just as much as basketball is or football is, and you have to have there is some expectation that you can be severely injured in any kind of sport.
Any kind of sport.
But
to get cut by a blade in your neck,
that's
probably never thought it would. You know, in hockey,
you would not expect
you would think maybe I might separate my shoulder, break my collarbone, might even tear my ACL, but get my throat
could even
cut.
There have been hockey players who had crushed vertebrae in their neck and been paralyzed.
They get hit in the walls. Walls don't move.
Walls don't move.
Yeah.
And this is the whole thing.
That's a hard
one. Every athlete. Jonas, did you still in martial arts right now?
Yeah. I had an injury.
But this is the whole thing. You don't never think it's going to be you, do you, Jonas?
No, because I'm the best
somebody get hurt, it's not going to be me.
Yeah.
I mean, every athlete, every time I play football, I've seen the times where, people sitting down, guy hurt, we go up there looking like that. Okay, they drag. See, this is the thing. That people get mad when I say this. But DeMar Hamlin?
Yeah.
If that had been 25, 30 years ago, they'd have drug him out the field and kept playing.
Game would have kept going on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No doubt.
That's just the real truth.
There's other
there's been time I played football. I go with that guy, eyes rolling up in his head, tongue about to swallow his tongue, and they finally get him together. And first thing I'm like, okay, well, let me think about the next play.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen to me.
Yep.
Right.
Every athlete think that, but guess what? It can happen to you.
Yeah. No doubt. That's. It's the violence.
That's people in general, really.
Yeah, no doubt. But
nobody ever thinks it's gonna be
the unnatural actions.
Now that right there,
and that's the difference. I mean, if you were playing football and you intentionally, if you go out of your way to catch a quarterback on a face mask or spear him in the chest or whoever, with the intent to injure,
you're gonna get flagged.
You're gonna get flagged and fined potentially. But if they die from it,
oh man,
nah, that's another story.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, man, I was just trying to snatch the guy.
Exactly.
I wasn't trying to break his neck. Like you grab somebody face mask, you can actually.
If you're the most penalized guy in the league,
now you do this, that looks real bad, because you got a resume already,
right? and it looks like
intense
because rightly or wrongly, optics matter, visuals matter,
absolutely.
And if it looks like you did your special move, this illegal move to begin with,
then you look guilty.
It's looking real bad,
real guilty. But we'll see how that all plays out, man. But I just hate this young man.
I hate that in any sport, man. I hate that in sports.
He's playing something that he loves. So now it's time for our favorite part of the show.
The drinks? Switching over.
Love the drinks. But we love Tech Talk even more. What's going down in Tech Talk this week, Jay? What you got for us, man?
So we're going to talk about AI.
Don't be slipping now.
we're going to talk about AI.
We're going
But
down.
before we talk about AI, there's some technology that's going on, and then the battle for this is going on in India, if I'm not badly mistaken.
Okay.
But they have something called direct to mobile.
Direct to mobile.
Basically, what it is they have the technology, they have the physical technology, the chips and whatnot, to allow you to take like TV, basically like the same kind of stuff that you have for digital TV, and take it directly onto your phone. Instead of using a streaming service like Netflix, you just pick it up directly on your phone.
Yeah.
Now, we've kind of, in this country, most places kind of have walked away from that.
Mm-hmm.
But like we don't, I mean, hardly anybody has a TV antenna anymore, right?
Yeah.
Few people do, but in India, it's still an issue. And the thing is, because it's digital, they can do the TV, but they can also do things like, emergency broadcast. They can do the Amber Alerts. They can do other more information type things than what we think of as internet things. They can do that over the television broadcast network.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? There's some people who don't want them to do that.
Okay. And
can
why
you
not?
guess who those people might be?
Who are these people?
Well, it turns out it's the people who own the streaming services and the people who own the telcos, the people who might stand to lose something.
The opposition.
And they say, what do they always say? They say, well, it's not because we're going to lose money. It's because the technology's not ready yet. And, there's side effects that might come out of this that you don't know about.
Yeah.
Now, they can never name what those things are, but they always have this, well, it might be this, it might be that, and the technology might not be ready. And, the technology is never ready.
Yeah.
There's always something that can be improved on the technology until you start doing it and find out what those things are. And, sometimes it goes well and sometimes it goes bad, but if you're, back to intent, if your intent is to provide a quality service, you're going to figure out that stuff and make it right.
Yeah.
Because that's how you make your money.
Yep.
But if you're the entrenched player who has a stranglehold on the services that might be provided by somebody else, well, then in that case, it's in your best interest to prevent that from happening so you can keep your stranglehold, which you don't have any reason to improve on. So we'll see what happens. That's not a battle that we're having in this country as of yet.
Yeah.
But if it rolls out in someplace else, there's a whole lot of digital television out there that's still there.
Yep.
The equipment is still there. They're still running. They're definitely not being used to their full capacity yet. So, who knows? We may see some interesting things come out of that.
I got a friend with a company that, I don't know if this is anything to do with the direct to mobile model, but it's basically like television that allows you to also, it's like a social media platform as well. So you can chat during television shows. Let's say an item comes up during a television show, like a T-shirt or something that you like. You can instantly go and find where to buy that television or where to buy that T-shirt.
Yep.
It's a pretty cool little platform. I
can see how that would work together with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's very cool.
I mean, those are the kinds of things, and the cool thing about that is because it's not running over the telco. In other words, if you got, I don't know, let's just make up one here and call it, I don't know, AT&T or Verizon, because it's not running over their towers, not using their equipment.
Yeah.
That's bandwidth that they're actually not tied in with. Like they're not, you're not using their bandwidth.
Yeah.
It's bypassing the cell towers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And, which is in the long run could be a benefit for them, because then you've got an over the air, literally, even more so than over the cell towers. There's that's a way that you're getting data incoming.
Yeah.
So in the long run, it could be a win for everybody. But in the meantime, at least in India, the players there are pushing back on it.
So I've got this app. Blew my mind last night, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna promote the app right now. I'll tell y'all when we get offline.
Okay.
Okay, because
Get out.
So you're just
off air,
teasing
yeah.
everybody else.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, y'all hit me up on the show, and I'll give you the skinny, right? Hit me up in the messages, shoot me a message, inbox me, whatever.
Slip
you wanna
into his
call it.
DMs.
Slide in my DMs, and I'll tell you the skinny. But I have an app on my phone that a gentleman told me about. I went on the cruise to Cozumel last year.
Okay.
Gentleman on the ship told me about an app that allows me to watch everything, right? I get NFL Red Zone for free. I get all the fights, UFC. I get all the boxing fights. It don't matter if it's Showtime, pay-per-view, or got doggone DAZN. Like, it don't matter. Like,
sounds like a cease and desist letter in the making to me.
well, I mean, I'm not naming the app. It ain't mine. I don't own it, but I have it. I was privy to the information. I was privy to the access.
That's what I said about that's what I said about the little file sharing app. I didn't make
Did you
it.
get in trouble for it?
No, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
that's because I'm good like that.
Yeah, I not naming any names here, but I have leveraged it. I've also paid for some fights as well, but I've leveraged this as well. All the Jake Paul fight, like any and everything.
Support your local fighty kind.
Anything that has to do with sports, like I'm watching, right? And this is how I do it. So this tripped me out. 2 nights ago, I was watching the Mavericks game at the house, and I left the house, and I had my phone with me, and I was mirroring to the screen.
Okay.
Right? I was casting to the screen. Me and Prince went to 7-Eleven to grab some Slurpees.
Okay.
Right?
So
Came back home.
You were screencasting at home.
Yep.
Left to go get Slurpees.
Left to get Slurpees. Had my phone on me.
Sure.
When I went to 7-Eleven.
Gotcha.
Get back home. The game is still on TV.
But was it on the TV the whole time, or did it just come back on?
It
when
was
you
on the
walked back
whole
in?
time because Jesse was in there watching the game, and I
So
asked
you
him.
did have an observer. I thought maybe
Yeah.
it was going to be like a refrigerator light situation.
No, Jesse was watching
is it
the
on?
game.
It's on now, but is it on now?
Yeah, no, it was on the whole time. She said it never went off.
All right.
So they might have stumbled upon something they didn't even realize.
Maybe. So were you watching it on your phone at the same time?
No, I was straight casting it to the television. Like I had my phone in my pocket when I went to 7-Eleven.
Right.
Was locked in with Prince driving,
Yeah.
Came back home and it was on the television.
That's through your
still.
iPhone, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the iPhones are magic. Like they have
Obviously,
magic.
because that's a good 2-mile drive from my house.
Because there's stuff that iPhones do and don't do that's just like.
But I got a Samsung
it's
television.
magic. There's no explanation. Yeah, but still,
I
that's part of the
I couldn't figure that one out and how that took place, but it's possible.
Yeah, it's
So,
sorcery. So
I need to figure out
best you don't know.
how to be consistent with that, where you can put something on television, leave with the device that it's casting from, and it'll still remain on the television the whole time. I don't know what y'all did, but y'all got something special. And I'm not gonna name y'all, but if you want to hit me in my inbox, I'll let you know who it is. But what else you got for us, Jay? With the tech talk, man.
Yeah, all right. So we always here lately. It seems like we're always talking about AI, and if ever there's been a year of the AI, this is definitely it. OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, it's the company behind ChatGPT. Well,
I got
now
3.5 now
by Microsoft. Okay.
ChatGPT 3.5.
Yeah. So ChatGPT, if you're on the subscription plan at least, a couple of weeks ago they opened up the web browsing. So now ChatGPT, which was one of its limitations, was that it was locked into its last training data, which was
2 years
2020, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And so that's obviously that's a limitation.
And this is ChatGPT 4?
It's GPT-4, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
And so now they have set it up so that GPT-4 can search the web.
So you get more.
Now, granted, they're using Microsoft's Bing search, which means that its search capabilities kind of suck. but it at least has some access to search stuff on the web.
Is the information accurate?
It's as accurate as anything else on the web.
Okay.
Just to say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is this a bunch of
All right.
Abraham Lincoln wrote this? You know.
Well, okay. So here's an example. I was trying to get it to playing around with a couple of things. We'll get to some of the things I've been playing around with. But I was trying to get it to tell me, like give me the condensed version of this particular web page that has a bunch of instructions on it. And it's like, well, it's not a publicly accessible page. I'm like, motherfucker, it is, because I just accessed it from the public.
Yeah.
And
I don't have a password.
So I said, here's the link that I'm using. Stop bullshitting me and tell me what this is all about.
Is that what you said? Like, is that what you meant?
More or less, yeah. I don't take no crap from this AI business. You gotta have a firm hand with this AI. Keep it under control.
So you gonna holler at AI.
I'm gonna be the first one the robots come after. So I'm teaching it how to survive
Speak
in the human
English.
world. But so it comes back and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. That is publicly accessible." And gives me the information.
Oh wow!
I'm like, fucker.
Yeah.
So it's still the same. It's still the same brain or lack thereof behind.
I know, biatch. Was that your next message?
Basically, yeah. And so basically, I never did get all the answers that I wanted from that particular thing, and I figured out why, but that's a whole other story. Let's just say that the OpenAI don't want you getting into too deep into OpenAI's code.
Yeah.
So that being said, the other thing that they've opened up in the last couple of weeks or so is you now have the ability to create your own GPT. So there's some examples out there, or they have the sous chef GPT. So it's specialized for basically giving recipes.
What does GPT stand for the public?
GPT is, I don't think it helps. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. Like I said, I'm not sure that helps.
So create your own generative pre-trained transformer.
Pre-trained is a key word.
That's a big
robots in disguise.
It's a big if.
Yeah.
Right?
Trained.
Yeah. Basically. Okay. So just to make it simple.
Mm-hmm.
When you're talking about Chat GPT or any of these LLMs, which is a special version, is the text and speech version of a GPT. Basically, all you're talking about is something where they have fed it in millions and millions of
data,
books, and articles and phrases,
information,
and information. Yeah.
Previously, only up to 2020.
Previously, only up to 2020.
Now with GPT-4, it's web-based, so now it can be as accurate as today.
Yeah. So what they're really allowing you to do is fine tune their existing AI to be specialized for a particular purpose. So I've been playing around with this. That actually works pretty well. It's not any smarter than it was before. You can still make it do dumb stuff. It still does dumb stuff on its own.
What's the specialization that you have trained it for?
So one of the things that I have been trying to do for a long time with other methods of analysis and AI is take my own writings and thoughts and stuff like that and kind of pull them together. Yeah, basically. Because I've got
make them more concise.
Like I have the little posts that I do in the morning, and there's a text behind that is my version of it that I've typed up. I have other articles that I've written and notes that I've taken on different things, and just random thoughts that I've thought and kind of a paragraph or two about. And there's all that stuff that I've collected over the years, and it's all over the place. I mean, you know how I am. I'm all over the place. Yeah. Thinking about all kinds of different things.
Scatterbrain as hell.
That's not making it sound good at all. But it's true. And so I'm trying to use this technology to say, hey, like help me organize this a little better. Help me find stuff that I wrote 5 years ago, and want to connect back to something today.
Yeah.
And so I've only just started because that's getting that stuff into the fine tuning process is kind of a chore.
It's the funnel, bringing it all in from here to here,
And to be fair to OpenAI and the training systems that are out there for other places too, the problem with that is the bottleneck in the funnel is not the training, the fine tuning itself. The bottleneck in that is my shit's all over the place.
Yeah.
So getting it into a format that the thing can read is the hard part.
So you gather whatever information they bring you back, you then be like, whoa, what about this part? Blah, 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 blah. Right? Well, tell me a little more about this.
Exactly.
That you didn't mention. And that's how you continue to define and refine whatever output you gather from ChatGPT, taking your goodwill drop off of information. You know what I'm saying? And bringing it into a nice, clean.
What you end up with, and what some other people have done is taken a book that they've written, and they input that book as the fine tuning on the model. So you've got a basic model that basically just knows how to speak English.
So the inputs are just as endless as the outputs, and kind of make it
more or less
define it even. It allows the system, the machine, to create a more defined solution or whatever you were looking for.
So what was available to the public or even to subscribers up until a couple of weeks ago was you could take a document, a fairly small document too, really, a few pages, 2 or 3 pages, and upload that into ChatGPT and say, tell me something about this.
Yeah.
And as we've discussed previously here and other places, the memory on that runs out real quick. It forgets what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Within a few minutes.
Yeah.
Not a few minutes, but a few interactions.
Yeah.
Like 6 or 8 back and forth conversations about this, and it starts forgetting what you just told it. This model, this fine tuning model, is different because it doesn't forget that stuff.
Oh wow.
So it may forget the conversation part, like it's that.
So it's like in addition to what we already have told you, we're gonna add what you want.
Yeah. What it all this is basically adding some training to the model that was already trained.
Yeah.
That's what the fine tuning does.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's crazy. Cool. Yeah. So you can have, like, you think about it like
subscription based model.
If you wanted to, you can basically set it up so that you like somebody who's written a book about their life. Say, I was going to use Martin Luther King, but I don't think he had anything written really biographical before he was assassinated. But
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah. Well, JFK, same problem. But Edgar Allan Poe maybe had more stuff, and you could upload all those books and writings, and that's actually a good example because he has lots of letters and documents and stuff that were not that were more biographical. You could upload all that and basically have a conversation with this person who's no longer alive.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's not the person; it's just the stuff that they wrote down.
Yeah.
But that in and of itself is pretty interesting, and it gives you a way to pull things together. Going back to why I wanted it, gives you a way to organize things or see things in a different light than what you would have otherwise.
Yeah,
and even maybe produce some new synthesis of material that you wouldn't have had otherwise.
So you get enlightened through the experience of your own work, or even pulling it together and like maybe summarizing it in a way that you may have never thought.
Okay, so here's an excellent example of how I have used what some other people created this, but this is something that I used and found very, very handy. So among people who have created these things is some people who write economics books, like high-end, postgraduate level economics books.
Yeah.
That's beyond, like, I didn't even take economics. Yeah. It's something I'm interested in, but I'm not an expert.
It's not fun.
Yeah, and it's boring as all fuck.
Yeah.
So I don't want to.
point.
I don't want to read the book. I used to try to read the book,
But it'd be good to know.
but I mean, like anybody else, some nights I just can't sleep, so I try to read the economics book, and then it puts you right to sleep.
Find a way to find.
But I am interested in the concepts, and I want to understand them. So what I can do now is find somebody who has fine-tuned this model on an economics book.
Like I fine-tune these microphones.
I can have a conversation with that, basically with that book.
Yeah.
And I can ask questions. I can ask can you explain that in other words? Can you explain that? Can you explain that like
in layman's terms?
Like you would be telling
it
to a very low intelligence 3-year-old, because that's kind of the level I'm at with economics.
Yeah.
And you think about like you could do that with
the
economics.
Bible.
You could do that with the Bible. You could do that with physics books. You could do that with like these like political histories
I threw you
of
off when
places.
I said Bible, didn't I?
No, actually, that was one of the first things that people did. Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Awesome. That's awesome.
It's one of the first ones that people did. And so you can ask these questions that you don't even know, like you want to ask somebody, but like who would you ask? I mean, like a preacher, they may know a lot of the Bible, but like, do they?
I would ask, was the apple really an apple, and was the snake really a snake? Or are we just talking about male parts and female parts?
And or what are is it metaphorical? Is it allegorical?
Because it's a lot of
what's
when it comes to the Bible, there's a lot of personification, right? There's a lot of
it depends on who you ask.
I mean,
that's one of the things that it's kind of cool to like.
And if there's a lot of, speaking of the Bible, a lot of that stuff is misconception, because I really don't think the Bible says apple.
Yeah,
it's not.
It says fruit, right? Like
people put that in there.
Yeah, there's
a lot of stuff people interject.
Well, considering that they, anywhere that you would reasonably expect the genesis of humankind to be, they really didn't have apples there. Anywhere from the Middle East down to kind of North Central Africa, which is by anybody's, no matter who you believe, that's where people started from.
As a youngster, I always thought the
one
snake
of those
was
places,
the male part, and I thought the fruit, the one that could grow more fruit and birth kids, was the female part. Like that was me and my thought process as a youngster. They just found a way to make it
kids don't come from
kid
apples.
friendly. No, they don't. They do not.
Okay. So I was making sure we're clear.
They come
on
from
that.
women, though. They come from vaginas.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm not sure that particular story supports your theory either. Honestly.
What you mean? Well, I'm just saying, like, fruit has seeds, right? Women have seeds, right? Right.
So if we plant those,
well, the snake.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
Y'all know the story. Y'all follow me. I don't gotta go any further.
But let's just say, like the tools to take an AI.
It's my views only.
Granted, it's an existing AI, but the tools to take that and turn it into something that is specifically useful to you, what you want to do, are so much. A year ago, you needed very, very specialized knowledge.
Specific information to input.
Very, very specialized knowledge and training to create that.
Yeah. Now you have a tool that you can take all this.
You could do this
information.
Right? We could sit here today and we could do a show, and in not even the time that we normally do a show, I can show you how to do it, and you could be doing it.
Yeah. ChatGPT, man.
That quick.
AI is crazy.
Yeah, AI is wild.
And once you start using the tools and leveraging the tools, man, it is here to make work simpler.
Don't easier. So this is what I would say about that.
Addicted to that AI.
I mean,
absolutely.
It is addicting if you're a solutionist. Like if you're
looking for problems,
you love answers,
solutions. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Like it is addicting.
And you can.
I love it.
There's a lot of people out there. There's some people that we know have these like little live shows, and they're doing posts and talking about, oh, you can do this and you can do that. Don't worry about all that. Just go look at what you can actually do that solves a problem that you have.
Yeah.
And it may not be there yet, but there's probably something that you would find useful in that stuff. Whether you need to use it, whether you should use it, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the technology has progressed in what seems like, even though it's been going on for 50 or 60 years.
Man right now. Because you were hating on AI at first.
Oh, no.
Not hating.
I still want you to understand.
You weren't hating on it, but you were absolutely.
I still think you need to understand.
Taking it to its edges.
That this is not
the end all be all.
The end all be all. That's what I'm saying. Like this is a tool that has gone from something that was overhyped and underutilized and essentially unusable by normal human beings.
Yeah.
To a tool that
anybody.
I could literally show you how to use on this show in probably 10 minutes.
My boy.
And that's with question and answer.
What's my guy's name from the
9 of those minutes would be Q&A.
What's my guy from World Food Championship? The Asian man from LA? Slap Your Daddy Barbecue?
Oh, Harry Sue.
When Harry Sue told me
yes,
that
that's a great example.
Input his recipe into ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT to make a better recipe than his, and it did it, and he cooked it, and it was better than what he created.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh man, this is nuts.
Now the hole in this story is it's still Harry Sue doing the cooking.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
that too,
and that to me, that's my point.
For sure, the human element's always going to remain there.
Still like you still have to execute it. However, you thought I was done.
Yeah,
you thought I was done. I wasn't done.
Yeah.
However, the other thing that OpenAI has just released, this is not all new. What OpenAI is doing is making it easy. So the other thing that OpenAI has released, and it is not anywhere near as easy as the fine tuning is, they've made it possible for ChatGPT or you to create a fine-tuned model of ChatGPT that can do stuff.
What do you mean?
So if you want it to go to a specific website and click on specific things and do something based on your commands that you put in, or you want it to go to a specific website, or even not a specific website, but just go search the web.
Like buy something off Amazon, for instance.
Potentially, yeah. Like I said, this aspect of it is quite a bit more difficult. I'm still figuring out how to do it, but a lot of people have already got some little examples of things that they can do.
Why would I ask ChatGPT to do it instead of doing it myself?
Why would you do it yourself if you can get something to make your life that much easier? Think about all the things that you have to do,
like order me a pizza
for this show. Think about all the things that you have to do to make this show work. And I'm not talking about us doing this part. I'm talking about all the background stuff that you do, that you do the same thing over and over again. Mm-hmm. Maybe with
ordering pizza tonight at 6:30. From
all right.
Pizza Inn.
So,
delivering it to my house, this address, this time, so that I don't have to do that at that time.
Yeah.
And
so building that is still like I said, it's a lot more complicated than the fine tuning is.
For sure, because
you're basically programming.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And there's some additional knowledge that you have to have.
But that's what it does.
Other websites.
Yeah, it's capable.
But it can help you do it.
Mm-hmm.
So think about ordering pizza. Domino's has an app. That app has APIs, which is to say interfaces that can talk to other programs. Right.
Yeah.
So if you want ChatGPT, your pizza ordering ChatGPT,
you'd have to
order Domino's
information
pizza.
like your address, your
you got to figure out. You got to put all that in there. But
order.
Once you've done it one time, then all you got to do is say ChatGPT. Done. Just
so now it's like
just like that.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
And then you add on top of that that you can do you can add speech to that.
Yeah,
that's already been there.
I don't want ChatGPT talking for me unless it can talk like me.
We're working on it. We'll work on that. We'll see.
It's happening.
Like
sure
it's
it
going
can.
down.
Hey,
We have lots. We have
they can
lots.
sing
down.
like John Lennon. They can talk like you.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. No
Maybe
doubt.
not tell you, but AI is already.
Yeah.
But can it?
Yeah,
But can it sing like you?
No, I can't
No,
say
no,
that.
no. They can sing like John.
Woo, woo.
Hey, don't say
Look,
They can
it's-
sing like John Lennon. But we glad they can't sing like J.A.
Hey man, I knock your
so
socks
so much
off.
stuff going on.
Don't let them fool you, especially with these glasses on, man. I knock your socks off. I ain't even Milli Vanilli. Y'all actually sing. Straight up. Have some tunes come out. But no, man, that's dope, man.
It's crazy what's going on with that.
With that AI.
That's that good tech talk, man. That AI is coming in.
Yeah, wow, man.
It's coming in
And
like
I-
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Y'all better get ready, man.
And just like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, it's coming whether you like it or not.
whether you like it or not, man.
So
Straight up.
whether you are a
You may as well get in tune
town
with it.
about to have a concert,
Yeah.
or whether you're a team about to play Travis Kelce,
Yeah.
you better get prepared.
Hey, like Dion, it's coming.
It's coming.
They coming. It's here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
here,
yeah, really,
you know?
yeah, it's here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so,
already
The sooner you can get in tune with AI, the better off your life is gonna be, man. Like I told my kids about it in school already. It's like, hey, you tired? You don't want to write an essay? Hit them up, you know. See what comes out
ChatGPT,
from it. You know what I mean?
OpenAI in general, but and ChatGPT in specific, went from essentially zero, from single digit numbers to 100 million users in 5 days.
That's crazy. And
Twitter took over a year
to get 100 million users.
to go to 100 million users.
Absolutely.
Facebook took almost a year.
ChatGPT is changing the game.
Instagram took several months.
I'm seeing several YouTube, just about, man, like 80% of the YouTube videos I'm watching now are like ChatGPT, or like they've used ChatGPT to create a script for
Absolutely,
whatever voice they're using that's AI, voice that's on this video, and people are monetizing this stuff, man.
Yeah.
I just, I wanna bring the content. I don't want no ChatGPT version of me. I don't want no robot version. Man, there's still an authentic connection here, talking to the camera, talking to the people who's viewing this show right
Plot
here.
twist,
that I
this
love,
is a
you
robot
know?
version.
Yeah, so this is ChatGPT. Y'all didn't know I'm AI today. I said I was JA, but I'm
Only when he has
AI.
the glasses on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just only.
Now
I'm
it's
JA.
the real thing.
let me keep them off for a second. Yeah, those felt good, man. But no, I appreciate that. It's great tech talk, man. Appreciate y'all joining us this week. I hope y'all learned something. If you didn't, come back next week. You'll definitely learn something. I doubt you didn't learn something this week, because we are the teachers and this is class time. So we'll see y'all next week sometime around noonish.